Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Coffee with Frosty. I'm going to share a really quick story for you today, and then do the June Coffee with Frosty challenge. Just a really quick story to tell you about something that was really wonderful that happened to me when I was just a teeny tiny tyke, but it's kind of stayed with me all my life. When I was 3 years old, just a wee one, I had to have my tonsils out. No big whoopity doo in today's day and age. But back then, it meant that you had to spend one night in the hospital. So I had to go into the hospital to have my tonsils out. I was so scared. I remember it so vividly though. Like it's just one of those really vivid memories. Um, I remember sitting in the waiting room. They had these little toys, that you could play with before they called your name. And then once they call you, of course, you go back and they get you ready for surgery. And they would, I remember they even put the mask on your face to put you out. I remember all that so vividly. It was so weird. But anyway, um, when I was there, I'm one of four, and my um, mother had to drop me off, but then she had to go back home to take care of my siblings. So I was at the hospital, after that all night by myself, which, not a big deal. I didn't really think anything of it, of course, because I knew she had to go home and take care of my brothers and sisters. So, um, anyway, when they, brought me back to my room, one of the first things I remember was that I was mad because they put me in a crib, and I thought, I was 3 years old. I was too big for a crib. So I was mad at them. I was like, hey, I don't want to be in a crib. But anyway, so there was another little girl in the room with me, and her parents stayed overnight to visit with her and, take care of her while she was there. And they were so sweet. They were just the nicest people. And, as the night goes on, you kind of get a little, more afraid as it's time to go to sleep and everything. And um, they were just so nice and calming. And I remember whatever they brought her, they would bring to me as well. And I thought, wow, they were just the nicest people. And they brought her like a coloring book, and then they would give me one as well. They brought her a doll for the night, and they came over and brought me one as well. And these were people that I didn't even know, and they were just so sweet. They'd come over and talk to me, and I just thought that was so incredibly kind. It's always stayed in the back of my mind that they did that for me. And I just always remember, the couple that was in the hospital that brought me a doll. I just thought that was so sweet. Sorry, it was so sweet. And it's always stayed with me throughout life. So I've always kind of wanted to do a doll project to bring dolls to hospitals so that kids that are there, that are by themselves, or just, kids that are there, not everybody can afford to go out and get, new things for their kids in the hospital. So with that said, are you ready for the June Coffee with Frosty challenge? So with this month's challenge, it's open to everyone, and I hope that anyone that watches this video will accept the challenge. And if you're able to, maybe get a doll and bring it to your local hospital that has a children's ward, or your local children's hospital. Of course, we want to keep the health of the kids in the hospital first and foremost. So always bring a brand new item that is in its original packaging and unopened. And luckily, most dolls that you purchase are like this. And for the boys, when my son was little, I got him this Curious George little, I call it a doll, but it was like a little Curious George. It was so cute. So that's something maybe to keep in mind for the little boys. You want to have something for them as well. Most hospitals do have someone on staff that handles donations, and it's always good to touch base with them first to see what they might need or require, or if they're accepting things like dolls at the time. So please do take the challenge. Get in charge with your local hospitals and see what they might accept at the time, and see what you can do. Now, good stores for low cost items. I know sometimes if you have Ollie's in your area, sometimes Ollie's will have like a toy buyout, and they might have some really good dolls. I've gotten a few there before. And other than that, even Macy's now, they have Macy's back. Oh, let's see, what do they call it? Macy's usually has a special section in their store now where it's low cost items, and sometimes you can get some toys up there. And some of the stores even have a Toys R Us inside Macy's. That's a great place to get some good items there. But anyway, please do join in on this doll challenge and let me know. Please do leave a comment. You're welcome to share this video if you know of other people that might be interested or able to share. And it's just great. Let's keep it going. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. And we'll see you on the next one. And to my loves in Minnesota, if you're watching, love you. Bye.